Interpretation of contract documents. Except as otherwise specifically provided, the following definitions shall apply. 1. The township is Bowling Green, Licking County, Ohio. 2. The trustees are those elected officials serving as trustees of Bowling Green Township. 3. Residential premises includes all single-family and two-family dwellings located within the township where either individuals or families dwell for a continued period of time. 4. Garbage shall be defined herein as a. All putrescible wastes, including vegetable and animal offal, but excluding recognizable industrial byproducts, human excreta, sewage, and other water-carried wastes. B. All normal household detritus, not to include materials generated by a major renovation of a residence of property/land. If a person, firm, or corporation contemplating the submission of a bid for this contract is in doubt as to the true meaning of any part of the specifications or other contract documents, such prospective bidder may submit to the township either a written or an oral request for an interpretation thereof. The person, firm, or corporation submitting the request shall be responsible for its prompt delivery. Interpretations will be made only by a memorandum duly issued by the township, and a copy of such memorandum will be mailed or delivered to each person securing a set of contract documents, provided that a sufficient period of time is available for the issuance and delivery of such memorandum prior to the receipt of bids. Information for bidders. 1. Receipt and opening of bids. The Bowling Green Township Trustees, Licking County, Ohio, hereinafter called Township, invites bids for an exclusive contract for the collection, transportation, and disposal of residential garbage, refuse, recyclables, and yard waste within the unincorporated areas of Bowling Green Township. Bids and contract documents, which must be provided in both paper and electronic medium, readable in standard Word or XLS format as applicable, will be received in a sealed envelope labeled Refuse Bid by the Fiscal Officer of Bowling Green Township at P.O. Box 256, Brownsville, Ohio 43721 until May 31, 2011. Bids will be publicly opened and read aloud at 15490 Main Street, Brownsville, Ohio at 7 p.m. on May 31, 2011. Bids received after the above time will not be considered. Bids may be held for a period of up to 60 days after opening. The Township may waive informalities and reject any and all bids. The Township reserves the right to hold bids for a period of 60 days after the opening for evaluation of both the bids and contracts. The award of the contract may be made at any time during that period. The Township may waive any technical requirements and accept any bids that it deemed by the Board of Bowling Green Township Trustees to be the lowest responsive and responsible. No bid will be allowed to be withdrawn for any reason after it has been deposited with the Township. Any bid received after the time and date specified will not be considered. 2. Preparation of bid. Each bid must be submitted on the forms provided and in electronic medium, readable in standard Word or Excel format as applicable. All blank spaces for bid prices must be filled in ink or typewritten. The additional prices or qualifying clauses shall be written except as allowed in Section 19 bid price of the specifications. Each bid must be submitted in a sealed envelope bearing on the outside the designation Refuse Bid and the name and address of the bidder. If forwarded by mail, the sealed envelope containing the bid must be in another envelope addressed as specified in Section 1. 3. Bid modifications. Any bidder may modify his, her, its bid by written communication, provided such written communication is received by the Township prior to the scheduled closing time for receipt of bids. The written communication shall not reveal the bid price, but shall provide addition or subtraction of other modifications so that the Township will not know the final prices and terms until the sealed bid is opened. Conditional bids will not be accepted. 4. Bid guarantee. Each bid must be accompanied by a bid guarantee payable to the Township in any of the following forms. 1. a bid bond for $75,000 prepared on the form of bid bond as required by Ohio Revised Code Section 153.54 et sec, duly executed by the bidder as principal and having as surety thereon a surety company approved by the Board of Trustees. 2. A certified check on a solvent bank located in the state of Ohio in the amount of $75,000. 3. A cashier's check on a solvent bank located in the state of Ohio in the amount of $75,000. 4. An irrevocable letter of credit on a solvent bank located in the state of Ohio in the amount of $75,000. Such checks or bid bonds will be returned to all except the 3 lowest bidders within the 3 days after the opening of bids, and the remaining checks or bid bonds will be returned promptly after the Board of Trustees and the accepted bidder have executed a contract, or if no award has been made within 60 days after the date of the opening of bids upon demand of the bidder at any time thereafter, so long as he, she, it has not been notified of the acceptance of his, her, its bid. 5. Power of attorney. Attorney, in fact, who signed bid bonds or contract bonds must file with each bond a certified and effectively dated copy of the power of attorney. 6. Liquidated damages. If the successful bidder fails or refuses to execute the delivery and contract insurances and performance bond required within 10 days after the bidder has received notice of the acceptance of his, her, its bid, the bid guarantee deposited with the bid shall be forfeited to the township as liquidated damages for such failure or refusal. 7. Qualification of bidder. In addition to the statement of qualifications in the proposal, the township may make investigations as it deems necessary to determine the ability of the bidder to perform the work, and the bidder shall furnish to the township all such information and data with the purpose that the township may request the township reserves the right to reject any bid if the evidence submitted or investigation of the bidder fails to satisfy the township that such bidder is properly qualified to carry out the obligations of the contract. 8. Conflict of interest. No officer, member, or employee of the township and no member of its governing body shall have any personal or pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in this contract or the proceeds thereof. 9. Discrimination. The successful bidder or any person acting on the successful bidder's behalf shall not be any reason of race, color, religion, sex, age, handicap, ancestry, national origin, or any other classified protected by applicable law, discriminate against any individual in the employment of laborers or workers who are qualified and available to perform the work to which the employment relates. Further, the successful bidder shall not discriminate against or intimidate any employee hired for the performance of work under this contract on account of race, color, religion, sex, age, handicapped, ancestry, national origin, or any other classification protected by applicable law. The contract may be canceled or terminated by the township for violation of the terms of this section of the contract. 10. Laws and regulations. All applicable federal, state, and local laws, resolutions, rules, and regulations shall apply to the contract entered into by the township and successful bidder. 11. Contract term. It is anticipated that the contract term shall be from 12:01 a.m. on August 1st, 2011 until midnight on August 1st, 2014. 12. Contract. The successful bidder shall be required to execute a written contract in the form attached hereto within 10 days after its award and shall furnish a $100,000 performance bond as required by Section 5 of the specifications herein at that time for the faithful performance of said contract. 13. Award of the contract. The contract will, if let, be awarded to the lowest responsive and responsible bidder as determined by the township. Estimated users. The estimated number of subscribers in the Bowling Green Township unincorporated area for 2011 is approximately 730. Upon award of the contract, the township will provide the successful bidder with a list of names and addresses of the residential households of the unincorporated areas of the township as reflected in the records of the Licking County Board of Elections. This list is the best and most current information the township has available, but may not be all-inclusive. It is strongly suggested that the contractor perform routine route audits to confirm the number of homes and addresses. In the event the contractor determines that there are new or additional homes within the contract area, the contractor will add those homes to the collection routes and billing under the same terms and conditions as specified in the contract. The contractor may notify the township in writing of their intention to do so and include the address and name of the resident. 15. Notification to the residents. The township will notify the residents at the addresses provided to the contractor of the new solid waste regulations and the name, address, and phone number of the successful bidder. It shall be responsibility of the contractor to then notify the residents of the details associated with the collection of the various materials, including information about the day of collection, type of materials collected, availability of containers, service locations, materials not collected, how to obtain a senior citizen discount, how to obtain rear door service, and methods of reaching the contractor, and so forth. 16. Information to be submitted with bid. 1. Evidence of permanent place of business and adequate service equipment. 2. Proposal. 3. Proposed route plan and collected schedule. 4. Indemnification agreement. 5. A statement of the bidder's environmental and compliance policies. 6. Non-collusion affidavit. 7. Delinquent personal property tax affidavit. 8. Evidence of available landfill or other means of disposal for the terms of the contract. 9. Statement of qualifications. 10. Proof of insurance and workers' compensation coverage. 11. Acknowledgement of the receipt of any addenda should they occur. 12. Proposal bid bond or cashier's check in the amount of $75,000. 13. Finding for recovery affidavit. 14. Evidence of and possession of all licenses and or permits required to provide the services. 17. Requests for interpretation. If a person, firm, or corporation contemplating the submission of a bid for this contract is in doubt as to the true meaning of any part of the specifications or other contract documents, such prospective bidder may submit to the township a written letter to Bowling Green Township at P.O. Box 256, Brownsville, Ohio 43721, or email duvalja@yahoo.com, requesting an interpretation thereof. The person, firm, or corporation submitting the request shall be responsible for its prompt delivery. Interpretations will be made only by a memorandum duly issued by the township, and a copy of such memorandum will be mailed or delivered to each person securing a set of contract documents, provided that a sufficient period of time is available for the issuance and delivery of such memorandum prior to required receipt of bids. 18. Accounting for recyclable materials. Bidders must provide a plan on how the bidder plans to deal with recyclable materials